Greetings, everyone. I welcome you all to this exciting session of exploring the Internet of Things with AWS. So, our speaker for today is Miss Sukritee Sharma. She is an accomplished professional with extensive expertise in the field of IoT and cloud technology. She currently serves as the technical head at AWS Club IGDTW, bringing valuable insights and experience to the table. I would like to hand over the platform to her for further insights.
Thanks, Gayatri. Hi guys, it's great to be here. So, I want to start off by saying that IoT, that is the Internet of Things, is something that is really close to my heart because all the different projects I have taken up until now, all that I am able to do without the fear of failing, that's all thanks to IoT. Because when I first started with IoT in my first year of college in the second semester, I failed all day, every day. I didn't know anything about coding. I didn't know about the hardware connections that are required. I didn't know basically anything that one might consider a prerequisite in getting started with IoT or embedded systems. So I started failing, and I basically I kept failing, right? Until finally, after taking up one project after another, not knowing what I was doing at all, I finally gained entry into this huge world of the Internet of Things. And when I realized how far I had come, it gave me such a confidence boost that I figured if I can do this, then there is really nothing stopping me from accomplishing my most ambitious goals. So, through this gateway, I got into cloud computing, web development, app development, and even built a robot called Ruth. So yes, that is how passionately I feel about the Internet of Things, and I hope that I can inspire the same passion within you guys by the end of this session. So let's get started. First of all, I know all of you must be dying to know what exactly is IoT. It's such a hype these days, right? But all the definitions that you might come across on the internet use many weird words that only confuses people. So I'll simplify IoT for you by giving you a small interactive demo, right? So I would request Gayatri to scan this QR code and right. So I have here with me a very small IoT device. The name of this device is ESP8266. This is the generic module, and what this is basically it's a Wi-Fi module, like your laptops, your phones, etc. All connect with Wi-Fi, uh, with internet over Wi-Fi, right? So this also has the ability to connect with your Wi-Fi. So here, after Gayatri scans this QR code, she will be led to a website, a very small website with a single button. Okay. So the purpose of that button is to help us turn this small LED light present here on and off. That is all it does. And that will show you the exact power of IoT, that she can control this small LED using her phone all the way across in her home while I am sitting here with this device. Right. So, Gayatri, can you start by turning off the LED? Yeah, she has turned on the LED and now it's off. Right. Gayatri, can you please show the phone, the app that is
Is
working?
it visible?
It's no, not exactly. Yeah,
When
so
you
it's
click on lights on, then the LED switches on, and when you click on lights off, the LED switches off.
right. So see how this is happening. This is a really wonderful process, a beautiful process. Like she has the website present here, and her the data, it's simple zero and one. When the value is zero, the light here turns off. When the value is one, the light here turns on. That is all that is happening. So the zeros and ones are transmitted from her phone over to the server, and this device reads the data from that server and from that database, and it shows the output here. Now the LED is off, and the LED can be turned on and off how many ever times you want. So I guess we have an audience. Yes, anyone can do this, Saloni, and I encourage you guys to one by one scan this QR code and uh, try this out, because I guess you guys will have fun. Someone is doing this. LED is on, LED is off. Like many people doing this at once will confuse the algorithm. So just slowly take 5 second delay after you are doing, but there are no changes. I guess, Saloni, the issue is that many people are doing it at once, so that might be causing the problem. If everybody else can stop doing, then Saloni will get a chance. Yeah. So, right. So we can have fun. So this is just a small LED. Yeah, now it's changing. Great, congrats. So yeah, this was just a small interactive thing. Okay, Nilesh is doing. Awesome. Hi, Nidhi. Okay. So yeah, this is just a very small LED that is changing, right? With a small code that is basically just an if-else situation, a very small script in both the uh, website and this code. All this, the code that has been uploaded here, all it does is read the database. That is all it does. Right. So, but imagine if we go just a step ahead, like what I did was I connected this to a relay. A relay is basically a magnetic switch, like you send electronic data from this to the relay device. And what it does is it uses a magnetic functionality. I will not get into physics of it all, but it basically manually turns a switch closed or it opens the switch, right? And that switch can be connected to our own lights or tube lights or LED bulbs present around our house. And that is what I did, because I was too lazy to go to the circuit board that was present all the way across the room. Yeah, I am a lazy person, so I thought, why not just create an app to turn the room light and fan on and off, so that I don't have to get up from my chair. So that is what I did using this simple module. The setup has been removed now, but that is what you can easily do without changing much of the code. So without changing any of the code, really, you just have to attach a relay to this and attach the relay to the circuit board. If you try this at home, please make sure to use proper caution, like rubber gloves, etc. Don't electrocute yourself. Don't take my name if you do electrocute yourself. Okay. So this comes with a caution warning, right? So this must have given you some idea as to what was happening behind the scenes. But what exactly is IoT? How can you use this example to discover what IoT is? So IoT, in very simple terms, is data transfer. Like what was the name? Saloni used the app, the web app, to turn the switch on or off in her mobile or in her laptop, right? So that data was uh, transferred to the database, and that the data from the database was transferred to this ESP8266 Wi-Fi module, right? So this was all that was happening, was a process of data transfer going on, right? So that is all what IoT is. Like, fetch data from one place and write that data to the second place, fetch the data from the second place, write that data to the first place. Now it can involve a lot of sensors. There can be a lot of sensors. Like, most popular ones in beginner projects are ultrasonic proximity sensors, or IR sensors. There are MQ2 sensors. Like, I can say a lot of names of a lot of sensors, and all that is happening is the same thing. The basic process, the basic underlying process is the same. Fetch data from one place, write it to the next place. That is all that is happening. There is nothing more complicated about it. And there are 100 ways, 100 different ways to fetch data and write data. There are many different ways, but the underlying thing is the same in all of it. So what I just showed you was happening over Wi-Fi with my ESP8266 Wi-Fi module, right? So even you are connected with me over Wi-Fi, and you are able to see my screen and my face and the demo, because the data is being fetched from my webcam and it is being transmitted over the internet to the YouTube servers, and then it is being fetched from the YouTube servers and it is being displayed on your screen. See, that is all it is. Fetch from one place, drop to another. No need for any other fancy term, right? So we can also examine it the other way around. For example, you type any text in the comment section. Go ahead, type anything you want, like a hello. Uh, Many people have already typed their highs and hellos and waving hands. So if you type a hello, your text first of all, it goes to the YouTube servers, and then the servers detect that yes, there is some new content that has been added. So the content is then relayed over to the intended party, that is me, and now I am able to read your comments. So on my screen, see, amazing, isn't it? So, and it all of this is happening so fast. You type 1 second, in next, like a fraction of a second, I'm getting whatever you type. So this was Wi-Fi. Now there is also Bluetooth and radio signals and IR signals. So let's think about IR signals. So you know how your TV remote works. There is a very tiny LED sized IR bulb or transmitter present in your TV remote. You must have seen. You must have noticed it. And there's also a very popular experiment that you can't see the light from that bulb through naked eye, but when you use your camera, then it is visible. So if you haven't tried it, then go ahead, try it right now. Right. So anywho, there is a transmitter in your remote, and there is a receiver present in your television display. So how this works is this is all IoT, right? You press a button in your TV remote to skip over to the next channel or skip over to the next video or increase the volume. All that data is sent from your remote. It is coded in IR signals, and it is received in your television display, and the data is decoded, and it happens so seamlessly, it happens so fast, and you are able to accomplish what you intended to do. Either you can change the volume, turn off the TV, turn on the TV, etc., whatever it is that you wanted to do. Right. So this IR transmitter actually really taught me a lot, because let me tell you about my very first projects. First of all, I started with my very first project was a speedometer. Okay, so I was part of this team Yantriki in our college that designed ATVs. Right. So at that time, in the first year, I really had, like, I wanted to impress my seniors, and what they did was some give our whole group a project that they wanted a very cheap speedometer. Right. So I took it upon myself to build it. Okay. I had no idea about the coding or anything required. I just had a simple Arduino Uno. That was all I had, and some jumper wires, jumper cables. So what I did was took it upon myself, and I used a reed switch to build the speedometer. I All I did was copy things straight from the internet without having any idea about the connections that are required, about the code that is required. So anywho, it took a whole month of trying and failing, but I was able to build a speedometer without having any of these so-called prerequisite knowledge, right? And that gave me a huge confidence boost. So after that, I thought that I would go another step ahead and build my own remote control car. Now, being a cheapskate, I am. I had an IR transmitter present. Sorry, an IR receiver present with me, right? And obviously, I knew that the TV remotes also worked with IR. So I thought that I could just use that the IR transmission to build my remote control car. And wouldn't you believe it? I was successful, somewhat successful. Obviously, you can imagine how slow, even how slow the channels change when you click the button on a TV remote. So you can imagine how slow the response of the remote controlled car was, but it was functioning. Right. And then that was how my journey in IoT really started with a simple IR transmitter. And that's why an IR transmitter is also really close to my heart. Right. So after the IR transmitter, I moved on to create my own remote control car with controlled using a mobile app. I developed a mobile app and then I moved to the Wi-Fi module that I just showed here, ESP8266. This was my second IoT device. So yeah, this was what how I basically got started with IoT, a simple remote control car and a speedometer. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Yeah, so we discussed what IoT is. It's basically interconnection of devices to exchange data, transferring data from one device to another. Okay, right. So apart from these amazing projects like speedometer or an RC car, we can take a look at all the applications of the Internet of Things. Right. So there are several applications that you can see on your screens. Smart home. Let's visit smart home first. Like I mentioned, that I actually built an app to control the light of my room because I was way too lazy to get up out of my chair and actually switch on or off the light and the fan. So that is a smart home application. You can automate basically anything. Like if you want that you made the or just your own research in. Uh, okay, so I didn't I had to follow many different tutorials because I kept getting stuck at dead ends. Right. So Yomon's Buzz. I don't know what the username is, but it's cool. Yeah. So I faced many hurdles. Even that IR card, it took like approximately 2 to 3 months to build because I had absolutely no knowledge of coding or what I was doing was basically copying things straight away from whatever online website I found. The most popular are electronic wings and instrument something. I'll share the links later. Right. So these websites helped me get started, and there were a lot of hurdles because I wanted to accomplish something, but I wasn't ready to put much thought into exactly what I was doing and why I was ending up failing in whatever I was doing. Right. So yeah. Okay. Let me just continue about the smart home. Okay, so here's an example of a smart home idea. What you can do is you can take an MQTT sensor or a PIR sensor. Uh, don't worry about the names of these. You'll get to know them once you start building stuff on your own. Right. You don't have to remember all these names. It's completely fine. But what you can do is take a proximity sensor of any kind that senses whether a person or an object is close to it. Right. And you can place it outside your door so that you get an alert if anyone is about to come in or about to go out of your room, and then basically maybe you can just close a few tabs if necessary. Right. So you can do that. That can be an example of smart home. Then we can have energy management, like if nobody is present in your room, there is also a lot of energy management stuff that is really popular in offices. Like if nobody is present in a building or a room, they can just switch off the lights and the fans and the AC. That is energy management. Then we can have smart cities. For example, take your metro card, take your online payment. That is a really big sector that even the government is investing a lot in. Then obviously healthcare. I actually built a robot called Rudra, and that was an AI-based interactive healthcare robot for the elderly, right? So it was supposed to interact with the elderly, ask how they were doing, look after them in case their parents, I'm sorry, in case their relatives weren't available to take care of them, right? So that involved a whole lot of IoT. There were different components involved. Then we can have, okay, let's see, there is another question. Would you say buying components for making hardware is expensive, like for making prototypes? It requires testing and many electrical components, right? So yes, actually the thing was that my parents really invested in me a lot once I got started with it. There was a few cases of faulty equipment, so you really have to do a lot of research into what you need to buy. Uh, and yeah, what I used was Amazon, but there are Amazon usually has some expensive stuff. So later on, much later on, I discovered some websites that provided cheaper stuff. So yeah, what you can do is you can contact me over what to buy, what not to buy, because there are so many different options, and you might end up with the wrong thing because in case you're just starting out, you need a guide. I personally did not reach out to anyone, so there was a lot of money wasted. But I had my parents to guide me in this stuff because they're also from the engineering background, right? So yeah, a guide really helps in these kind of things. But definitely buying these electronic components is an investment. Okay, you like the amount of things I learned from building these projects, it has taken me to like unimaginable heights. Even my parents say that they never imagined me doing all of this. So really it's a great investment that you should do, should make in yourself. Okay, so can you suggest some websites? Sure, I'll we can have these suggestions later on. I currently do not have any compiled set of websites for me. I'll make sure to uh, generate a list, and we can forward them to you via the AWS Cloud. Right. Then we have environmental monitoring. For example, the best case we can have, like the best case study we can take for this environmental thing is the how exactly do you get the weather report on your phones? Like you Google what is the weather going to be like today, and you get all that stuff that it's sunny, rainy, etc. The wind. So all of these sensors are nowhere in your phone, right? They are present some in some remote location in your area, in your local area itself, right? But that data is being transmitted over to your phone, like the via the sensors. The sensors collect the data, they transmit it to the servers, whatever Google servers or any local servers, right? And then the data is being delivered to you through that. It's just fetching data from one place and dropping it at the other. That is all that is happening, even in the uh, environmental monitoring. Right, and agriculture is obviously a huge market for the Internet of Things. For example, like there's obviously a lot of applications of drones that is going on, and there are mm, like if you want to have, there is also what's it called, mm, smart wait, I'm forgetting the word for that thing with hydroponics, right? The hydroponics was the word. So hydroponics, that is growing plants and growing crops without soil, without the need for soil. So you deliver the only the essential minerals that are required, only the essential amount of water that is required, only the essential amount of UV light that is required to the plants, and that helps them grow seamlessly healthier than other plants that grow without this kind of monitoring, right? And all that is controlled via IoT, via some sensors, via some actuators. So that is a really big application of IoT. Okay, so we're done with this, and we can move on to the IoT services that is offered by AWS. Right. So In order to get you started, let's dive into these services. So I have personally had a lot of fun using AWS to implement my IoT projects, and the demo I showed you was actually running using AWS MQTT service. So let's get started in all that AWS has to offer to you. So first and foremost is the AWS IoT core. So AWS IoT core actually serves as a backbone of IoT deployments. It provides connectivity and data management between devices and basically the cloud. Right, it has many ranges of technologies that help with device onboarding, message brokering, or um, device management, and a lot more, a whole lot more. Right. So first, let's talk about device management. Right. So IoT device management actually simplifies the onboarding of the device, registering the device in the IoT environment, and management of the IoT device at a large scale, a very large scale. So it offers you security and organization, and you are able to track the devices throughout their life cycle, and it really ensures that your devices are very properly configured. I think somebody is playing with the website now. Okay. So next we have the IoT cores really powerful message brokering capabilities. So it enables bi-directional communication between the device and the cloud, right? And with the support of MQTT and HTTP protocols, like here for this, I used MQTT protocol, that is message queuing protocol, and we have HTTP protocols as well. So this ensures reliable and real-time transmission of data. Like real-time means that you are clicking the button right now, and the change in the LED is happening right now. So it's happening in real time. You are able to communicate with me in real time. You're able to communicate with this device in real time. So that really makes it easy to send and receive data from devices. So and to handle really vast amounts of data generated by IoT devices. Like imagine the weather thing itself. So there must be a whole lot of different sensors present in different locations across the world to deliver you the accurate weather data, right? So there is really a vast amount of data that is generated, and IoT Core has a feature to integrate with other AWS services to handle this vast amount of data. For example, it can easily send data to the Amazon S3 for storage, or Amazon DynamoDB for quick retrieval and analysis of the data. Also, a big part of IoT is the security. Right? Security is a critical aspect of any IoT deployment, and AWS IoT Core provides many crucial features with take device authentication, data encryption, or access control, IAM user access control, and through all these different services, you can ensure that your IoT device are protected and your data is protected. Additionally, we also have the device defender that continuously monitors uh, device behavior, and it detects anomalies, and it enforces the various security policies that you want to implement, and it provides an added layer, basically an added layer of defense against potential threats. So to make things even more interesting, if IoT is already not a really interesting field, we can even integrate AWS IoT Core with AWS AI services. So by combining IoT data with services like Amazon SageMaker or Amazon Recognition, you can actually leverage machine learning capabilities to basically extract insights from sensor data, and we can enable image recognition, and we can build predictive models, right? So in conclusion, AWS IoT Core provides a whole lot of technologies, like really a lot, many technologies to build. Let's take the keywords of IoT. We can build scalable technologies. We can build secure technologies and intelligent IoT solutions. So from device management and message brokering to let's say data analytics and AI integration. AWS IoT Core really empowers you to harness basically the full potential of IoT, and definitely with all the comprehensive documentation that AWS offers on its websites. There are many tutorials that AWS offers. Even beginners can get started with building smart IoT projects using AWS. Okay, now let's see what projects that you guys, maybe as beginners, you might be intermediate, you might know more than me about this, but for beginners, let's say what projects you can get started on. First of all, I would really recommend just get started with an RC car, something that you can play with, something that is only for you. Like uh, the purpose of building an RC car was only to have fun. It did not have any application. There was basically nothing that it could do. It couldn't handle a large payload. It barely drove fast enough to like monitor or escape some be in a security application. Right, so build an RC car and play with it. That is like uh, awaken your inner child and just do something, make something that you can play with. Second of all, if you are lazy, well, I mean, you must be lazy to innovate, right? Innovation comes with laziness. That's what I always say. So um, be lazy and build solutions that can help you avoid tasks that you do not want to do. For example, I did not want to go all the way across the room to turn the lights and fans on or off. So I built the app that could help me do this while sitting in my chair itself. So be lazy and innovate. Find solutions to your non-existent problems. That is what I'd suggest. Right. So here on the screen, you could see many projects that you can do easily on IoT. For example, garbage monitoring. You can detect when your garbage can is full, and you can take out the trash then. Then you can detect. Then you can have smoke detectors, and you maybe if you left the gas on in your house, you can get a notification on your phone that you left the gas on in your house, and you can quickly take some steps in order to avoid any accidents, right? Then there is security automation that I already mentioned, and we can have what else can we have? We can have smart wheelchairs. That is a really cool thing. It's basically an RC that has the capacity to carry some heavy payload. Then we can have liquid level monitoring, like stop the like turn off the tap if a bucket is full, or turn on the tap if the bucket is empty. That kind of thing. There are also like smart bottles coming up, smart steel bottles in the market right now. Those are some kind of trend that tell you how I think how cold your water or coffee is, and that is also a great IoT application. So that is what you can do. There are a million things to do. Just all you need to do is find something that interests you and get started on it. Get working on it. Don't think about failing. Don't think that you don't have the prerequisites, right? You just get into it. You just get started, and obviously, if you face any difficulties, there is tons of stuff online available, and there are many tutorials. Even I have some tutorials present on my GitHub repository that I want to share with you. I will share with you via AWS Cloud Club later, and you can go through them and you can find what interests you, and you can just start building it, right? Don't wait for someone to get you to start building it, you have to make yourself start building it, right? So yeah, those were that was all from my side. I am happy to take some queries, and please do fill the feedback form, scan this QR code, and fill the feedback form so that we can improve our sessions. We can see what things you are interested in, and we can work on those. We can deliver that content to you. So yeah, thanks. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, Sukriti, for such an insightful session. It was wonderful learning about IoT with you. So, everyone can fill in the feedback form, and certificates would be provided to everyone who would be filling in the feedback form. So, yeah, it's a request. Everybody can fill it. And thank you for joining in, guys.
Uh, Thank you. Okay. Thanks for joining. It was great interacting with you. Okay, then. I guess we can end.
Okay.
1 किलो समोसा ज्यादा भारी होते हैं या 1 किलो आयरन? Nice.